Narcissistic individuals don't take too kindly to criticism. However, with their double standards, they will continually criticize you and mock you and put you down. And you can find yourself reacting in narcissistic ways in order to protect yourself around narcissistic individuals. And then you start to question whether you're the problem. Narcissistic people don't do this. They believe that everybody else is the issue. You simply saying no to them criticizes their sense of entitlement and they get offended. One of the worst things about dealing with narcissistic people is you often act in narcissistic ways to protect yourself from them. When it comes to narcissistic individuals, they don't see themselves as the problem. Narcissists often have lots of different subtypes. So you can have the grandiose and you can have the fragile, the covert narcissist. And they react very differently when they believe that they've been criticised in some way, even if you're trying to give them some constructive feedback. One of the first ways a fragile narcissist might react to criticism is by playing the victim. They might respond to any form of criticism, even if you're trying to help them and support them, by portraying themselves as being unfairly attacked or unfairly misunderstood. They simply don't want to take on board anyone else's opinion, anyone else's advice. Only theirs will suffice. When a narcissistic individual is told that they've missed the deadline, they'll just turn around and claim, "Oh, you always pick on me. No one appreciates how hard I'm working, what I'm trying to do." They'll not take responsibility. They play the victim. Sulking is another one. They may withdraw from situations and show signs of passive-aggressive behaviour. So after being criticised by someone for something, they might become silent, avoid the eye contact and refuse to communicate with the person. And you can simply just say no to them. They get offended, they fall silent on you. Over apologising without actually saying sorry. And if they do include the word sorry in the sentence, it's usually, "I'm sorry if you hadn't. I'm sorry but you didn't. I'm sorry but you made me do it." There's that kind of but or if in there. So they might turn round if someone points out one of their mistakes or one of their failings, and they can just turn around and go, "Oh, I'm just not very good at this, am I? I just keep letting everybody else down." Playing the victim again, so that people try to lift them up and point out the things that they are good, so that the narcissist can feel better about themselves, which is similar to that self-criticism. They criticise themselves to elicit that reassurance from others. So after receiving some form of feedback that the narcissist doesn't like, they can turn around and say, "Oh, I know I'm terrible at this. I don't even know why I bother. I don't even know why I try. Nothing I ever do is ever good enough for you, is it?" Which is usually their projection, because nothing you do for them is ever good enough for them. But if you say that to them, then they turn around and these days accuse you of being the narcissistic one. You cannot win with narcissistic people. They can go all out to blame external factors. They deflect the criticism onto external circumstances and external people. Nothing is ever their fault. When criticised about their performance, they just simply turn around and claim, "It's not my fault. I didn't have enough time. I didn't have enough support." They believe that other people are privileged and they don't see the hard work that other people have to put in. Minimalising their achievements, they will go all out to downplay their success, to avoid scrutiny, to avoid people giving them that constructive feedback. So when someone compliments their work but points out their flaws to try and show them how they can improve in the future, the narcissist can turn around and say, "Oh, it wasn't that great anyway. I'll probably have better luck next time." Again, they're looking for you to raise them up because you've criticised them. They seek that validation. They constantly seek reassurance from others to counteract any form of criticism. So after receiving that negative feedback from colleagues, they will go to somebody else with their triangulation. They will plant the seeds that the other person doesn't like them in some way, and then they'll be, oh, they've said I've done really bad at this. Do you think that too? Be honest with me. And they're looking for people to take the narcissist side. When it comes to a fragile narcissist and any form of criticism, they're going to just fall into being the victim so that they can gain some form of sympathetic attention and validation that they're not the issue, because they don't believe they make mistakes. And if they do, somebody else made them do it.